Welcome to another episode of At Your Disclosure. This is Alexa with Tovar. At Your Disclosure. And just so you know, the last days here at the Palmer House, where we have to preoccupy a different location, but due to telepathy, I'm aware that it's going to be El Barrage. So, back to the West, starting off with bank cap Steven Merritt, bank captain of the Phoenix location, which is mainly the West location. Damn, that freaking blurred out. I mean, pretty good. Can't spell the East without the ES, right? The West without the ES. So, in collaboration, it's all one good Phoenix. So, working alongside people, because I'm not one to judge. People make mistakes. People do things because they have to. You need to understand this. People get extorted. You don't do this, I'm going to kill your daughter. So, that being said, that's one thing that someone's not going to understand, and you have no choice. So, in order to bring bigger criminals, bigger fish, you're going to do what you need to do. And a lot of times you allow things because of the nature of the beast, being it a victimless crime or not. You got to understand that freaking you're doing this in order to gain protection, gain respect, or credibility. You know, there's so many things you could have done, but you chose to do this, so now we chose to do this to you, and you're going to comply, or else there's going to be consequences. So freaking knowing that some banks were freaking robbed while standing post pisses me off, and maybe for some mistake coming back here to Phoenix. And I'll tell you something, I started figuring out the amount of banks being robbed when I was under the impression it was just a merely 2 to 3. So it's debatable, and it's not for a fact, but a lot of times if your bank is robbed, you're under investigation if you're involved. So freaking, I conduct my investigations. So I'm speaking Hayden Road, North Scottsdale, Phoenix, North Scottsdale, Arizona. They don't want to answer some of my questions because of they have procedures they have to follow. Same thing like reaching out to Cheryl Hopwood over at Rockwell Automation. This officer Tor speaking. I got a negative brother that my entire family gets extorted, humiliate him, make it seem like it's someone else that's never served because of his family might have served, and he feels that he needs to get this attention when in reality that's pathetic. You having a PID number that's connected to your social security number, there's physical evidence, you have cameras, eyewitnesses, biometrics, fingerprints, and yet you still doubt me when in reality you freaking recognize the name Tovar, Alexis Tovar. It's almost like I wore it 80% of the time. Robert Brooks, Major Brooks, Ben Camp Brooks before the promotion issued me a bulletproof vest over at Central and Broadway, Bank of America. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm here talking to my sister Natalie, part of your world, and I want to help her out as much as possible because to me anything is possible. I'm not gonna believe, oh, well, I heard of this about a certain person. You're just putting labels on somebody, and it's almost like that's an adult. An adult's gonna do whatever an adult needs to do, whether it made that person happy or not. That's her decision, his decision, and happiness is by choice, not by chance. Something I had told my Aunt Rhodey, Caroline Bajan. She didn't want it. She told me off the back, and she was pissed. I don't want this. You know, you live in pain, and a lot of times, it's best for you to find different ways of improving your life. Anything is possible. I'm not gonna sit around waiting for someone to tell the next person to freaking go about contaminating or ruining this person's life when I know off the back it's the same trap running into. So past behavior predicts future behavior. You gotta know better. But freaking, our last day here, as you can notice, this room here that my sister Natalie occupied for the most part. Just stay away from everybody. Sometimes you just need your own peace of mind, serenity, to serendipity. Ben Camp John Simon would have told you. Moving on up. So I believe in her. I believe in myself. That's being positive. I'm not going to be negative and judge her. I know one day she's going to make it through. We have a lot of things going on for her, and she is the mother of two. So whatever it takes, her favorite choice to be Degrassi. And I was comparing it to Emma, not Lockhart. And I hate to admit a lot of things. In this world, the meaning of life, if you're to ask anyone, even Google, is to reproduce. I'd freaking kill to be a freaking father. It's almost like people try, but we live in an age where medical advances are superior to what once we know. And even without it, you won't believe how many miracles are out there where a family couldn't conceive, a couple, I should say, and all of a sudden they would have a baby through faith. There's this couple that were married for 10 years, and they got involved in a church, and all of a sudden, boom, they're a family, and that's the basis to any marriage, to a relationship, as a baby, whether you are married or not. So freaking with that being said, have faith. That's what you got to be in this life. There's two type of people in this world. You either have good or bad intentions, so I don't give up on anyone. I feel that when someone accuses you of having certain mental conditions where it's like, hey man, first of all, look at your level of education for you to freaking be pointing fingers or sticking on a label. The mind is intangible. So with that being said, you already know that it's 50-50. You could witness someone, but at the same time too, you don't know what's going on with that someone because of the fact that people get pushed over the edge. This is my fucking house. Excuse my language, but I'm being real when I tell you that people listen to others, and it's pathetic. Being an American citizen should be the greatest gift of all. People around the world wish they were in your situation where you can make a decision whether I want to do this with my life or I want to do that. And people take it for granted. Oh, let's go rob a bank. Oh, let's distribute narcotics. There's good and bad. So you make the choice of where you want to be at, but know that every action has a reaction. And I don't doubt anyone. If you want to do good, you do good by your own account. Or you want to listen to the next guy. But at the same time, too, just know that things are going to change, because that's one thing that's inevitable in this life is the change. You're going to change, or it's going to change without you. Either way, you're going to find out the hard way that you should have made better choices in life. And I recommend everyone will freaking save your money, invest it, and that way when the time comes where you're in need, it's there for you. So that's the advice I got from Gene Simmons. And this is Alex Ruben Tovar at your disclosure.